বাসায় এসেছি হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা আমি যাইতেছি বুঝছিস
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, and as written all over the faces of the Nangarhar Leopards, a slip down the points table with a loss tonight, and that might end their tournament dreams. The Leopards are low in confidence after a beating from the Knights yesterday, a game that they should never have lost. And the Paktia Panthers, well, they will not waste any opportunity to hit where it hurts most. And that's exactly what's coming up next. The Nangarhar Leopards against the Paktia Panthers. It's match 15 in this Afghanistan Premier League. It's live from the Sharjah Cricket Association Stadium. And it's all to play for these two sides. I'll tell you what, the Nangarhar Leopards, they'll be cursing themselves as to how they let it slip yesterday. But they did, and they've got to regroup tonight and try and make a comeback. Rightio, let's have a look at the Paktia Panthers, how they've done so far. They lost the first one to Kabul, and then 3 victories, and they were looking odds-on favourites, and then they've lost to the Bulk by 89 runs, and that means they're on 6 points, and a loss tonight again will leave them on 6, and with everybody else creeping up, not a good position to be in, so they need to win tonight, and that will cement their place. They'll be on 8 points, and they'll be okay, and they'll back themselves to be in the semi-finals with 8 points. Well, Brian Murgatroyd was downstairs a little earlier, caught up with Shahid Afridi.
I'm delighted to say that we've been joined by Shahid Afridi of the Paktia Panthers, and Shahid, well, a bit of a rest for you, so you must be fresh as a daisy.
Yep, I'm fair, I'm very much fresh, and I think still finding some boundaries, still trying to get some runs. It's very important because upcoming game will be very crucial. So everyone, I think, enjoying, yeah, good.
Yesterday, a defeat though. What lessons have the team taken from that loss? Because it was a big loss.
I think before coming to the ground, we just in the team meeting, and I just told them that, guys, before that game, we defend 124 runs, so how good we are, we all know that, and we're gonna play each and every game as important as semi-final and final. So just focus for today's game and don't try to do a less mistakes. So if in both teams, if we make less mistakes, that team will win.
And you've beaten Nangarhar already in the tournament. How much does that count for tonight?
I think that was gone. That was history, and we really done well in that competition. But the way we played the last game, that was very disappointment. And now it's a new game, fresh day, and we're gonna play with our full strength.
Shahid, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and good luck this evening.
Thanks, man.
He's always full of the joys of spring, Shahid Afridi. Nothing can get him down. Now, what about the Nangarhar Leopards? They started off with a victory and then had 3 consecutive losses, and that would have dented their confidence big time. And then they pulled out a win against Kabul by 15 runs, but the loss yesterday to the Kandahar Knights by 26 runs will be a bitter pill to swallow for them. And they're running out of games, really. They've got 2 left, and they've got to make sure that they get some points on the board. They're on 4 at the moment, and if they lose tonight, they stay on 4 with only 1 game remaining, and that will put them in a very precarious position. Right, let's go downstairs and see who Brian Murgatroyd has got with him this time.
Delighted to say that we've been joined by Sandeep Lamichan of the Nangarhar Leopards. Welcome to the Afghanistan Premier League.
Thank you very much, sir.
Now, you've come into this tournament off the back of a pretty remarkable effort for Nepal in the World 2020 qualifier. 24 wickets at an average of 2. So you must be pretty confident.
Yeah, it's all about the contribution of every member from the team, and they made it really easy for me. And we are into the second round, and hopefully we'll make it to the qualifiers.
Now, of course, on top of that, you've had experience this year in the Caribbean Premier League. How will that help you in this tournament, do you think?
Yeah, I think all the leagues that I'm playing so far, I think all the leagues are helping me to grow my game, and the experience will be count here as well. And I think this is a great moment taken by Afghanistan Cricket Board as well to grow their cricket as well. So I hope this game will gonna get me some more exposure as well.
Is there any pressure on you because you're coming in now as an overseas player, particularly at this business end of the tournament?
I think every game that I used to play, I take it as an opportunity for me, because every game is an opportunity, and if you make it count, nothing would be better than this.
And what's the mood in the team like? Because obviously you lost to Kandahar last night, the bottom side in the ladder, and this really is a very, very important game, isn't it?
Yeah, every game is important right now, because we are on the 4th position, and 2 games left, and we have to win all the 2 games. And yeah, pretty confident, all the boys, and I think today we're gonna rock on.
Sandeep, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and best of luck for this evening.
Thank you very much.
Charming young lad, and has come off some very good form in those qualifiers. He's going to have to play well to lift his team. The Paktia Panthers, and that particular game, the last game they played against each other, 184 for 8. Shahzad contributing, Samiullah as well, Ben Cutting 3 for 25, and the Leopards 163 for 6, so losing by 21 runs, despite great effort from Ben Cutting with bat in hand, 71 off 39 and 49 not out from Shahidi, just not able to get over the line. Udana was one of the gun bowlers in that game again, 2 for 28, contributions as well from Afridi and Zia Rahman. So they've got to try and carry on their merry way, the Paktia Panthers. If they can repeat that, they'll be very happy. But the Nangarhar Leopards, their backs against the wall, and I'm sure they're going to come out fighting like cornered tigers. They need to, because they need some points to stay in this competition. If they lose here, they're going to be under some big pressure. Rightio, let's see who's going to bat and bowl first. Out there in the middle with the 2 captains a little earlier, Charu Sharma.
Well, it's been very hectic, but we're down to the last match of our 4 doubleheaders here on Super Sunday. And the Panthers are squaring off with the Leopards. I've got the captains with me. To my left, Mohammad Shahzad, skipper of the Panthers. And then to his left, Ben Cutting, skipper of the Leopards. And finally, of course, David Dukes. Thanks so much for adjudicating this. Ben Cutting's got the coin. Your call, Mohammad Shahzad. Heads is the call. David, if you'll travel on all the way and please tell us eventually what happens. Tails. Sorry, Mohammad Shahzad, you called heads. All right, Ben, we heard that. So you're going to bat first. Obviously, you must be licking your chops with considering what happened in the previous match.
Yes and no. As we've seen the last couple of games, it's been high score in the afternoon. It tends to get a bit harder during the night. So we'll see if this wicket's the same.
You raised the memory of the previous match?
Which one?
True. Okay, well, it's been pretty hectic. Well, the one that you lost. But hey, it'll be nice to come back to winning ways.
It will, yeah. We've got Sandeep coming in tonight for Nathan Remington. Remo did well for us with the ball last night, picked up a couple of wickets, but obviously Sandy's a world-class spinner, so we've thrown him straight in because I think this wicket's going to suit him.
And let me just confirm, you will bat first.
We will bat first.
All right, just need to get that right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mohammad Shahzad, what, did you watch a bit of that last match?
Not actually. I was just with my friend Usman Ghani is injured. I with him, so I didn't watch the match.
Well, I hope he's all right. I truly hope so. But after what happened in the previous match, you must be just dying for that big 100 yourself.
Yeah, it's actually we're not happy with the last game, but we will try very best to win this match, and we come back in strong, and we have a couple of changes, so we must win this match.
Are you happy to bowl first on this pitch?
It doesn't matter to us. The pitch is same in the old match, but we also want to bat first, but it's okay.
Falling just a little behind on the points, of course, we hope that you make the final 4. Any changes for this match?
We have 3 changes. I think Shahid Afridi is in and Ehsanullah is in. Still I don't know. Yeah, please.
We'll take that. Listen, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, so Ben Cutting wins the toss for Nangarhar Leopards, and he will bat first.
Yeah, early in the tournament we saw sides winning the toss in the evening game, wanting to bowl first and chase down later. With the dew coming down, thought that would be an easier option, but now they're deciding to bat first, and that's how they stack up, the Nangarhar Leopards. Johnson Charles and Anton Devsic, when they get it going, stand by, and if they get it going tonight, we could see the ball disappearing to all parts. Ramat Shah has had a decent tournament so far. The captain Ben Cutting has been inspirational. And first look at Sandeep Lamichain, the Nepalese leg spinner, and Mujibur Rahman is going to be partnering him, so that should be a mouth-watering little episode in the game, and just a confirmation that they have won the toss and elected to bat first. The Paktia Panthers, Mohammad Shahzad, well, nothing seems to faze him at the toss there. You ask him all sorts of questions, and whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes, comes. He doesn't worry about it. He's just going to go out there and play only as he knows how to play. Cameron Delport, he's yet to really get going in the tournament, and we hope tonight that he can maybe find the boundary a few times. Sikandar Raza, he's played really well in the tournament so far and will look to continue that good form. And what about Usuru Idana? He has been outstanding with ball in hand and been pivotal in the success of the Paktia Panthers. Well, the umpires are beginning the long trek out to the middle, and the players will follow shortly alongside me, AJ Mehra. What do you make of this encounter, and who needs to do what?
Thanks a lot, Lister. Yes, I think as far as Leopards are concerned, they seem to have a very good spin attack. Everybody waiting in eagerness for the action to begin. The second game of the evening, we had a very high scoring game. The first one, all credit to Hazratullah Zazai, the way he batted. Not to forget Chris Gale, absolutely brilliant knocks from both of them for either side. But this is going to be a big game as well for the Leopards. Remember last night they lost their game, so they will be under some pressure. And Mohammad Shahzad, well, he's always proactive, always something to do on the field. He's got his own methods of batting as well, and he'll be eager that his team does well, because last game they didn't have a great one. Udana, of course, has been special for them. Just having a chat, Mohammad Shahzad with Udana. Mr. Udana has been absolutely brilliant with the ball. The way he's bowled the Yorkers, the first 2 or 3 overs with the new ball. And mentioning about the importance of this game now, because you see Paktia Panthers, they've got 6 points. The Leopards, they have 4. So Kandahar Knights, they're just trying to move up the ladder there. So whoever loses this one will be under a bit of pressure coming into the next week, which is going to be the business end of the tournament. So it's going to be a very important game, this one, for both the sides, for the Panthers and the Leopards. So remember, the top 4 teams will be vying for the semi-finals. The team that finishes first will be playing with the 4th position team. The second team that finishes will be playing with the 3rd position team. 437 runs for Tarakai, 150 for him. His best 90. He's got a decent technique. Of course, they like to have a good start. Anton Devsic has been in a tremendous touch. He's batted well. Couldn't do much in the last game, but he's a very handy customer. To see that strike rate tells the story. 250s for him in the APL. A strike rate of almost 141, 239 runs for him. So he's done well. His best 94.
Yeah, we've seen him really cut loose. And with Johnson Charles, they make a fearsome combination if they do get going. Yusuf Zazai is going to be opening the bowling. Economy rate of 8.2, so maybe a wee bit on the high side. Best of 1 for 15. But he's got some good skills, good change of pace. And he's going to need all of that here tonight because it's a good wicket. We saw that in the previous game. That there's plenty of runs on offer. So as a bowler, you have to make sure that you're spot on. Bismillah Yan Shinwari from Afghanistan is the standing umpire in this evening's encounter. And Anil Chaudhary is assisting him, and he's from India. So we're very nearly ready to rock and roll here in this very, very important game insofar as this competition is concerned, and both sides will know exactly what's at stake, and that should prove for a really, really good contest. We expect lots of ebbs and flows and various stages of the game, but these first few overs, the power play over, is very crucial because with the field restrictions, only 2 men out. You've got to make sure that you try and find the boundary as often as possible. Get your team off to a flyer. For fuck's sake, get on with it.
Yeah, this man comes in. That's Shahid Afridi. Didn't play the last game, so coming after a break would be fresh, raring to go. That's exactly what he was talking about with Brian. Always a very handy customer, bowled really well. The last game he played, Shahid Afridi. It's taking a bit of time settling in. It's going to be Anton Devsic on strike at the moment. So everything settled. And it's ball number 1 of this game. Oh no, still will have to wait. Everybody, Alistair, waiting patiently.
Well, he took an age to tie up his shoelaces and got that right, and then forgot to mark his run out properly. Well, anyway, it's better than just going through with it. We saw a few no balls, I should say, in the first game that were costly. Rightio, here we go then.
Right on.
So first delivery from Yusuf Zai right on the bottom there within the stump. That's exactly what it's got to do. Just having a word with the umpire as well. Had a towel in the pocket just in case the dew comes in. Just went to the ground. At the moment looks absolutely perfect. No signs of dew. On the first 2 days, the start of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, we had some issues regarding dew, and that was a big problem for the spinners especially. The last few days have been pretty good. That's played well. Swimming across the first runs coming from the blade of Devsich. Very nicely played. Fork 4.
Soloriza. Yeah, it was a very average delivery, you'd have to say, with fine leg up in the circle, and he's running and dug it in halfway down. That's an easy put away, and Anton Devsich not going to miss out on those. As mentioned, this is a good surface. You've got to be spot on. You've got to make sure that your plans are clear in your head and you have the ability to execute, because you get it slightly wrong, you're going to go the distance.
Sometimes what happens, Alistair, is you see the previous game and you think it was a very high scoring game, you know, big runs scored, almost 500 runs in that game. So how to go about? So there would have been a bit of talk by the coach, by the captain. So how to really go? But I think, you got to just play ball by ball, over by over. Don't think too big. Mujib, Zahir, they have some brilliant spinners in the ranks. Or forget Zahir Khan.
Yeah, they would have had a chance to go out and look at the wicket as well. So yes, you've got in the back of your mind what's happened in the previous game. That gives you an understanding of what you need to be doing in the game that you play. Gives you an understanding of the conditions. But then you also got to go out there and assess yourselves. And I think they would have gone out there and said, hey, hold on, this is a really good-looking pitch, much better than the one yesterday. So we've got to up the ante a little bit and obviously know that it's going to be a high-scoring game. So you would have set your stall out, you would have been going through the thought processes and know full well that there's runs on offer here. Well, it's up and over. And he hasn't quite got all of it. More a pitching wedge than a driver, and they'll come back for 2. So right off the bottom of the bat.
Yeah, but you were spot on, Alistair, because you did mention this is a very good wicket, much better than what we saw yesterday. Not much cracks on the surface. The binding has been good, and my fellow commentator Alistair did mention it's going to be full of runs. That's exactly what transpired in the first game. You can see the binding, the sheen on the surface, and this typical of a Sharjah wicket. And that's exactly what we saw in the first game. Great work done by the ground staff as well. Full credit to them. That's played well. Up and over. That's going to be a 4. Fork boundary to end the over. Expensive one from Yusuf. 10 without loss. So decent start here for the Leopards. Last ball, previous over, really struck well by Anton. He's been in great form, going up and over, knew exactly what he was doing. Much better timing. Lovely bat flow as well. Freeing his arms up and getting the result he wanted. The young man will have to think how to bowl against a quality batsman. There's going to be Suro Dana from the other end.
He sure knows how to bowl to quality batsmen. He's done it all tournament long, and he's had the upper hand. 10 wickets in the tournament so far. Have a look at that economy rate, and that's bowling in the power play and at the death. Outstanding. Best of 4 for 38. So look for him to be spot on in this particular game as well.
I think out of all the new ball bowlers, he's been the most